Hey Corona Diary, so please excuse the state of me today. I'm not feeling so good. It's girly time of the month, so yeah, I'm feeling a bit run down and tired and yep, breaking out, in pain. So I'm recording a lot later in the day than normal because I've just not had the get up and go. I just feel very, I suppose, sad. So that'll be because of some of the news yesterday, which I will get to. But more about me. So last night things caught up with me because of the news that was broken late last night. And it left me feeling very, very defeated, upset, very emotional. I have BPD, and I think the whole lockdown situation, the talks of it, and there was 2 different bits of news about that for me yesterday in our country. I think that's when it all came to a head for me with what's going on and became so raw and so real. The amount of people that are passing away is just getting to me way too much. It's upsetting and I don't like it. I know that I should always be focusing on me and my family, but I don't cope with loss, and that does extend to innocent people, you know, these people that are ill, that are passing away. The amount of people we're losing is just horrendous, and it really does upset me, and I'll try to keep a dry eye while I'm recording. Yeah, so yesterday was quite difficult. I felt very lonely last night. For the first time, I've kept myself extremely busy when I've been able to get up. Yesterday, the weather was beautiful. It was very sunny and bright and not so cold. So once again, I was able to make my way to the garden with the help of my family. They were up one end of the garden and I was down the other. We was able to communicate and have some quality time without getting too close, so that really was good for me. I think had that have not happened yesterday, I probably would have been in a worse way than what I was. But yeah, so let's get on with the news. So yesterday we saw that there was 335 deaths in the UK, which was quite another increase. Then I saw some very annoying news that thieves had been stealing schools' food meant for key workers' children in somewhere called Housestead. Now, I don't know exactly where that is, but it was 4 commercial-sized freezers worth of food and most of their dry and chilled produce out of their kitchen. These people are heartless, really heartless, selfish, heartless, greedy, and I'm going to try not to swear because I am that annoyed. These people are people that are trying to save lives. The people that are left working right now are working to feed the country or save their lives. So we should have utmost respect for those people right now and not treating them like that. Is disgusting. And I'm a very sweary person, and I'll refrain from doing that right now. In case you are watching from home with children around, I know many of you do have children, and maybe some of you watch it on your phones and your children don't hear it, or maybe some of you watch it when your children go to bed, but I'm not taking that risk. I don't want to be swearing where I can cut it out. So there are times where I do swear on my channel, and there still will be. I can't promise that it won't come out at some point, but I'm going to do my absolute best to try and curb it if I can, just for the sake of anyone that's got children that might be watching. So if it does slip out, please accept my apologies. Now, very early on, I did see that a headline said lockdown could come very soon, and it was left at that. I then saw that the army was to be brought in to distribute protective gear to NHS staff, and there's been pictures of the forces passing boxes onto the back of a van or a lorry. So that is absolutely incredible. It's great that the country are working together the way they are to keep the NHS safe. I do love that. It is absolutely important 100% that we do our best to protect those people and make sure they're fed and looked after. They need it right now. Their shifts are long, tiring and very, very stressful, and probably quite frightening at times too. So that really does resonate well with me. And then late last night, as you probably all will have seen, or many of you if you're from the UK, the Prime Minister went live at 8:30 p.m. and we then addressed the lockdown that I'd seen earlier on in the day. So the Prime Minister announced that he was putting us on lockdown, closing all shops except for food shops. Police then had the power to disperse groups of more than 2 and fine people if necessary. All religious events were to be cancelled, so baptisms and weddings were to be cancelled, obviously not funerals. You were only allowed then to leave your home for essentials, so food, if absolutely necessary, going to the shops as infrequently as possible, and using home deliveries where possible, which that's a whole nother story for me. When you've got a house of 7 people, the delivery service is fully booked and you've got to wait a long time for it. You've got 7 people, and when you put things in your basket and pay for it, it doesn't guarantee you're going to get it, and stock levels aren't matching what you're ordering. It's too much of a risk for a family our size, because if we was to do something like that and they only turn up with half of our shopping, we've still got to get it, but then we've paid for it, which means we've got to wait for a refund, which could be a sticky situation. And it doesn't help when the site goes down when you're checking as well, as the site seems to be crashing a lot at the moment, so that's not good. You're also allowed to leave your home for medicine and 1 form of exercise a day, or travel to work if you really can't work from home. So in terms of exercise, they say 1 form of exercise, whether that's running, walking or cycling once a day. There's queries over how they're going to enforce that, because if someone stops you, they're not going to know whether it's your first time out or your 50th time out. I don't really know how that's going to work. I'm hoping we're going to hear more about that this afternoon. It is currently 4:20. The Prime Minister last week was going live at about 5 p.m. on Sky News, so I will check that out and see what he's got to say, if he's going to enlighten us more. So that's yesterday's news. There's not much else to tell you. There will be more, I'm sure, tomorrow, and plenty of news to digest later on today, no doubt. So yeah, so anyway, please take care of yourselves, stay safe, and I'll update you on how we're doing and how the news is tomorrow. And hi to my friend Violetta, thank you for your lovely message.